That was all right, but it was just sometimes a little. Well, I finally made it up that back slope. The sagebrush is just thick as grass on a golf course green, and shin high to knee high, and it's just a lot of work plowing through that. I'm wearing a Roycroft pack frame here for my hammock. I'm using a set of tree straps as my shoulder straps to hold this thing on, and actually it's really comfortable. Looking from the back, you can see how I've got it tied on. All right, so I got to go down off of here. I want to get off some of this loose rubble stone and some of that down into here as soon as I can before it gets darker. Well, it's morning, late morning, heck, well, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to do the fire starting with the punk wood. I like to carry these little 1/8-inch spark rods. They're nice. I can throw that in my pocket. I never even know it's there. Throw myself some sparks down into the Altoids tin. So you can see I didn't need to spark nearly as much as I did. I mean, all those, when it's a little darker, you can see nice thing about this is the wind is an advantage. It helps keep things going. And this tin will keep everything contained. And now, so all I got to do is lay this stuff onto there. Keep in mind, see, I'm kind of drying out the dampness here, so it takes a little longer than normal. But there we go. Now I close the lid on my Altoids tin. It's starting to catch here now. So my Altoids tin is now cool enough to handle. I've got enough stuff in here for several more fires. Well, here's something else that I did last night. This is just kind of a tip. I started out the night just sleeping in my poncho set up as a hammock. I snapped underquilt onto it, and during the night quite a wind came up that was pretty chilly. You know, occasionally that wind would pick up to the point that it would be enough to wake me up with a little chilly blast of air. I got my spare poncho that I used backpack cover on my Roycroft pack. Since the underquilt has double-sided snaps on it, I had a spare attachment port here, so I could attach this to the underquilt, and then all I did is I just threw it over the top of me like that and just let it drape on the other side, and that was enough so that the wind coming through just curved right over here and on. I never felt it the rest of the night. And you notice this, in a light rain or moderate rain or something, this might even be good enough to get you by. You could carry 2 ponchos and not even carry a tarp. And because you see right here, this is overlapping the underquilt, so any rain that would hit that would run down here. The underquilt has a DWR coating, so really, as long as water can run off of it, the water's just going to pretty much run off of the underquilt, so it doesn't really matter to get for this thing to be in the rain like that. A little bit of hash browns and bacon. This is just from an MRE. Nothing gourmet here. Our daughter gave me a whole big chunk of them. She said, "I'll never eat these." She was in the military. Probably had her fill of it. Water's almost ready over there. It's a hot little fire. Well, it's breakfast time now. As is usually the case, I get up and in the mornings, and I wind up hiking around somewhere. Want to see what's over the next little hill or something, and next thing I know, it's an hour and a half later. But that's the way I roll. That's just right. We'll see how this MRE tastes. Last night I had an MRE. It was some kind of chicken something. And it was pretty good. This isn't bad here either. Here's how we set up the Roycroft pack frame. As you can see, it's just 3 sticks. And these are all tied together with a jam nut. So it's very sturdy, a triangle. Now on mine right here, I've used some compressor nuts, constrictor nuts with bowlines, loops here, which gives me another easier way to tie my load down with a parachute cord. I'm going to change these out eventually. I'm going to, same thing tied around here, but I'm going to tie on toggles up here instead. That'll make it so I don't have to pull the parachute cord through the loop. I just hook it around it. And then I've got some tree straps I've got together here, and literally all we do with these, come up and hook it over the top right here, so it's kind of like a lark's head. That's it. That's how we carry the thing. Poncho down here, my poncho is going to form my pack bag. Usually I do it with one of our tarps. Alright, so the first thing you got to remember is right here in this area of that triangle of the frame, we want to put something soft, because that right there is going to be in the small of your back. So you want that so your back's against that right there. Okay? Then I take this multi-purpose gear bag, which I do have pack straps for it, so I can just use that as its own pack, but I'm taking a little more stuff this time, so doing it this way. Then the next thing, this is my hammock right there, my poncho hammock stuff. So that'll go in the top part of that when that gets pressed down. One thing I neglected is my water bottle. Just put it right there. And then in the hoodie pocket of my fleece jacket here, I've got all my small stuff right in there. And then I just take and kind of fold that up like that. And then my fry pan, I've kind of cleaned that off. First thing I'm going to do is take this bottom and fold it up like that. I like the top to be the last thing that goes down, because then if you're in the rain, everything's going to shed off of there. Grab the sides here and Fold those over. It's up here like that. Alright, now you'll see how this all comes together. I'm going to go diagonal. Now I'm coming across to this top one on the opposite right here. See that? Normally I don't like to move the pack around too much while I'm cinching it down, because I kind of want to keep everything situated. I can come over to this lower one over here. See, if I had toggles on here, I'd be done already. So I come to that side one, and I go back down to the bottom and then up to the top and finish it off. So I just grab it. Then you come back here and hook around that leg right there. Same thing on the other side. And then we just bounce it up just a little bit. And then you just tie it off on your waist. Here, that soft material is what's right against my back. So the sticks aren't against my back. So this is very comfortable going just like this. Now the idea of this, of course, is you could make this from 3 sticks that you find out in the woods somewhere. And you could construct your own pack with whatever you've got and haul your gear out. Found a little spring on the trail here. I should have left my drinking cup out. I could have scooped me some up. I think I'll see if I can catch a little in my hat here. Should be able to at least get a cup or so. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's refreshing. That water is almost ice water. Yeah, lots of berries up in here. They're good. Oh yeah. That's what makes hiking fun. It's nice to be able to beat the bears to them. Well, I believe I found the source of that spring water. It's almost September. This may not all melt off before we start getting snow again. Well, you just look at that. Water just running off here. Lots of debris in this snow. Well, then you brush that surface off. Not too bad. Well, no, it tastes good. Above the tree line now. Nothing up here but stunted sagebrush and some wild berries in places. And wind. Wind never stops blowing up here. Hey, it smells like parsnips up here. Or carrots or whatever, parsnips. I wonder why. This whole hillside is intermingled with these things.